Hello everyone, and welcome back to PPL VGC Season 1 Champions Edition. This time we are in Week 3. After claiming a win in Week 2 to go up to a 2-0 record for the season, we're playing against Kason this time. I have played against Kason once before in the PPL NX, and he did beat me pretty handily that time, even using a stockpile Clodsire to wall out my team, so this is hopefully a good revenge match for me. That is a tall order though, since he has proven himself to be quite good at doubles draft. He is also 2-0, and he hasn't even dropped a game in those first 2 weeks, but we'll see what we can do to change that. Kason's team is Incineroar, Mega Tyranitar, Dragonite, Mega Blastoise, Vivillon, Salazzle, Lycanroc, Day, Gourgeist, Slowking, Machamp, Rotom, and Florges. So looking at that team, we're playing against Sand again with Kitar and Lycanroc, but we're also just seeing a solid bulky offense with Incineroar, Mega Blastoise, and Dragonite. Their team also checks a lot of boxes on support, with 3 Fake Out users in Incineroar, Blastoise, and Salazzle, as well as 2 Tailwind users with Dragonite and Vivillon, Rage Powder Redirection in Vivillon as well, and a potential Encore Subtoxic shenanigans with the Salazzle. So I think this is a very well-built team. Also of note, I don't think I've ever seen a draft that's this prepared for Mega Delphox. Incineroar, Tyranitar, and Slowking Wall are dual stabs, and if that's not enough, Delphox has at least arguably losing matchups to Dragonite, Blastoise, and Sandrush, Lycanroc as well. So yeah, I'm not bringing out the Delphox this time. I'll have to find another path to win. That is going to start with Gliscor, which has a pretty great matchup here. I'm mostly looking at Incineroar plus the Sand Core, which are all very pressured by offensive Gliscor. High Horsepower gets massive damage into all of those guys, and thanks to Hyper Cutter, I don't even have to worry about Intimidate from Incineroar. I'm also running Dual Wing Beat as the secondary stab. This provides pretty decent neutral coverage overall, but more importantly, Dual Wing Beat allows Gliscor to outspeed and KO Vivillon through its Focus Sash. Protect is solid as always, and I'm running Tailwind. Gliscor is actually the fastest Tailwind user in the matchup, so if my opponent goes for that sort of strategy, I can always try to get the jump on them by matching their Tailwind with mine. And I'm also running Focus Sash. This is an offensive Gliscor, so we're not super bulky, and I don't want to immediately drop to some random ice coverage or a lead Blastoise Water Spout. And as per usual against Tyranitar teams, I feel a lot better about putting Sash on something that is immune to that Sand Chip. Next up, we got Weavile with an all-out offensive set meant to provide some speed control and fake out support. Triple Axle is the main stab move, which breaks through both Dragonite Multiscale and Vivillon's potential Focus Sash. Lash Out is secondary stab that punishes Incineroar for switching in with its Intimidate. Low Kick is a hard hit into that Incineroar as well as Tyranitar, and Fake Out is great for giving Weavile's partner some breathing room. I expect to lead Weavile most of the time in this matchup, but with 3 Fake Out users on my opponent's side, it is great to have a Fake Out user of my own that's faster than all of them. We have enough speed for a Salazzle, meaning that Weavile will be the fastest unboosted Pokemon on the field. And the item here is Charty Berry. That's so we can take on the Sand Core a little better. We'll be able to survive those Spread Rock Slides or Excel Rocks relatively comfortably. Next up is Bastia Legion. This is a pretty standard offensive set for the most part. We're going physical this week to get more damage into Slowking and Tyranitar in Sand. Wave Crash and Last Respects have perfect coverage in the matchup, and they can both be incredibly powerful, especially with help from adaptability. Aqua Jet gives me strong priority to deal with the Lycanroc, and Agility is potential setup in case my opponent tries to, say, stall out turns on my Tailwind. Passive plays on their part will allow me to grab that speed advantage back and break even more effectively. I have enough speed on this to outrun Adamant Mega Tyranitar, and the item is White Herb so that Incineroar doesn't ruin our fun with Intimidate. So those 3 made up our offensive core for the matchup. Honestly, pretty basic sets, but I actually find myself leaning in a more defensive direction this week. We are going to be taking some big moves that are just going to be thrown around, and these 3 cannot take those very well. Mega Blastoise in particular is looking like a massive threat. So the bulky core is going to start with Mega Venusaur, which has already proven its dominance against one T-Tar this season, and I think it has an amazing matchup here as well. This Venusaur sits in front of giant threats like Incineroar, Tyranitar, Blastoise, and Lycanroc, and does not care what they do. It tanks their hits all day and fires back with Giga Drains to stay healthy, as well as Sludge Bomb for some extra stab coverage. Leech Seed heals up Venusaur even more while being annoying for my opponent to deal with, and naturally we have Protect in the last slot. We have enough special attack investment to 2-hit KO max HP Mega Blastoise with Giga Drain, and enough special defense to take less than half from a timid Salazzle Overheat. The issue for Venusaur in this matchup is most likely going to be the flying types, Dragonite and Vivillon, Because of my special defense investment, Venusaur shouldn't be at immediate risk of getting one-hit KO'd by Hurricane from either of those guys, but they still do a lot of damage that Venusaur doesn't want to take. But that's where my offensive core comes in. It has triple axle Weavile and dual wing beat Gliscor to hopefully beat those threats before they can get those big hits off on Venusaur. Next up, we have fully physically defensive Goodra with Acid Armor Body Press. This is another great answer to Blastoise, since even with no investment in special bulk, this is still a great special tank. And Goodra's mixed bulk here makes it great at soaking up pretty much any attack my opponent can throw at me. After a single Acid Armor, even Dragonite has a hard time consistently breaking through this guy. And once we're boosted up, fighting coverage looks pretty good in this matchup, so Body Press will put in a ton of work. Ice Beam covers a few of the fighting resists, most notably Dragonite, and this does leave Goodra struggling against the likes of Salazzle, Slowking, and Florges, but I'm hoping the rest of my team can cover those weaknesses. The last move is Life Dew. I'm hoping this can be used alongside Venusaur. Imagine trying to break through the combo of +2 defense Goodra and Leech Seed Mega Venusaur with the threat of Life Dew healing both up at any time. It sounds like a pain to deal with, which is what I'm hoping for. The ability here is Sap Sipper, not too likely to come up, but it has the potential to block Vivillon Sleep Powder or a Gourgeist Leech Seed. And then finally rounding out the team, we have Klefki. As usual, this is a defensive support set, but it's much more of a tech bring and not a staple of game plan. The biggest thing Klefki brings to the table is Misty Terrain, which cuts off a few specific forms of counterplay to the combo of Mega Venusaur and Goodra. First, Corrosion Salazzle can toxic both of these guys, which would essentially ruin them. Misty Terrain makes them immune to status though, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Secondly, Misty Terrain has damage from dragon moves, so if Dragonite does have a big dragon stat for Goodra, no it doesn't. It's a weird move to be bringing to the match here, but I think it actually has a lot of potential use. We're also running Light Screen on the set. That's to help out Venusaur against those Hurricanes, and then Dazzling Gleam with some offensive investment, actually enough to 4-hit KO no bulk Mega T-Tar. We're just trying to apply a little bit more offensive pressure overall with this guy, and Foul Play is here for that same reason. Get a little extra firepower into Pokemon like Slowking and a Shell Smash boosted Blastoise. This is definitely a set I only bring out in a game 2 or 3 situation when my opponent has revealed the game plan that this works against, but I think it's a really important safeguard for my tanky strategy going into this match. That is going to do it for the team builder though, so I will see you all in the battle. Alright, here we are against Kason for week 3. Let's see, we got Salazzle, Blastoise, Incineroar, Tyranitar, Vivillon, and Dragonite. That is about what I was expecting. What do we not have to worry about? Basically Lycanroc and Machamp. It's nice the Florges is gone too, because Goodra enjoys that. So with this in mind, I think I am going to go with... I think Weavile has to lead. And so Gliscor is great alongside Weavile. They shut down Vivillon quite a bit. The problem is Blastoise. And you need to make an emergency switch out of there. Let's see here. Any of these cuts useful to me? I think Goodra looks really good. Yeah, Goodra looks really good next to Weavile, I think. Venusaur's coming. And then it's between Gliscor and Bascu Legion. I'm thinking Gliscor, which just can go off with a Tailwind, probably. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to go with these 4, I think. Yeah. Good luck, have fun at Kason. Alright. We see Dragonite and Incineroar to start. Okay. That's kind of a weird one. I think I might be able to Axle the Dragonite. Of course, Incineroar can be faking out. Yeah, that's the thing, huh? I might fake out the Incineroar and just go for my Acid Armor? Dragonite's a threat, obviously. It could Scale Shot, maybe? And I'm out of time, so this is probably just the play I'm going with. Yeah, it's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna fake out the Incineroar, make sure it doesn't move this turn. It was faking out, I think. And the Dragonite goes for Tailwind. Cool. I will take it. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Does Incineroar outspeed Weavile with their Tailwind up? It would need a good amount of speed investment to do that. And with Intimidate active, my fake out did 11. Actually, that might be a more offensive set. But it's not like I can do much to... Oh, shoot. We gotta pick our moves. No. We got it. I took way too long. Okay. Flamethrower onto Weavile does not KO. Flamethrower, wow. Double into Weavile, okay. That's not amazing, but we'll take it. I mean, Goodra got out scot-free, which is the most important part. So, Instant KO'd Weavile, but I do get the KO on instant return. And I think this has to be Gliscor coming in. It is a special Dragonite, notably. I'm thinking about going for a Tailwind of my own. As Goodra maybe goes for a Life Dew? Or do I just try to take out the Vivian with Balloon Beat here? Goodra doesn't care about speed, so this might be worth it. Then I go for the Ice Beam on Dragonite. Sleep Powder, Sap Sipper, let's go. Alright. And Hurricane misses. Okay. How are we looking with this Dueling Beat? Great, okay. Okay, they didn't think about Sap Sipper, which is lucky for me. And this Ice Beam, if it's multi-scale, it'll survive for sure. So this is good information too. Multi-scale. Alright. It's gotta be. And we're down to their last two. It's Blastoise, okay. So we have Goodra against Dragonite. That Hurricane, this is very lucky for me. Dragonite Ice Beam. Yeah, offensive Dragonite with multi-scale. Yep. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Blastoise with high horsepower and try to finish off the Dragonite here, so we're just dealing with Blastoise. Protect could mess this up decently. Okay, they do protect. It's shown all four moves, actually. There's a Shell Smash, yeah. This high horsepower is gonna hit this Blastoise for decent damage. Yeah, very solid. I think if I do make the same play, assuming we don't get a bunch of hacks, we should have this with Sash Gliscor. Let me think, actually. If Gliscor did half to a -1 Blastoise, yeah, Goodra is gonna do more. I'm just gonna make the same play, I think. Yeah. Dragonite, it's vulnerable, I'd better hit it now. It's a Dragon Pulse. That does take me out, actually. Yeah, Dragon Pulse. I didn't think it had room for Dragon Pulse on the moveset, but that makes sense. Okay. We do take the Blastoise out. And Hurricane comes out. Doesn't take me to Sash either. So it's Gliscor and Venusaur against this Dragonite. So does Gliscor just KO with a dual Wing Beat, is my question. Dragonite's at 48%. Dual Wing Beat actually might not do it. Here's my other question, does Venusaur outspeed under Tailwind? Yes, definitely. So we're gonna Tailwind up with Gliscor, and then Mega Sludge Bomb. This, at the very least, I know Dragonite doesn't have any spread moves. It guarantees me to hit it with at least one 100% accurate move, which is important. Okay. Hurricane, is this gonna KO me? No. And no confusion either. So we do have this in the bag. I will go ahead and dual Wing Beat with Gliscor, which is irrelevant because we're Sludge Bombing with Venusaur. Okay, I mean, a Protect stalls a turn. There are like 3 turns of Tailwind left. And even if you happen to astronomically run out the Tailwind, it's still 90% odds. Actually, 100% because I would just Tailwind with Gliscor again. Dual Beat misses. So I was justified in going for my play. But yeah, that'll wrap up game 1. Gameplay went well. Goodra actually did quite a bit of work, which I'm very happy about. Venusaur KOs Dragonite, and game 1 goes 2-0 in our favor. Yeah, GG game 1, Kason. Oh. Yeah, he commented on the Sap Zipper tech for Sleep Powder, let's go. Okay, but yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and continue battling. Alright. So I wonder what comes out for him game 2. I think I should run Basky Legion in the next game. It counters a lot of like what he would try to bring to counter this strat. I might actually leave Goodra behind this time. As weird as that sounds. But we could lead Venusaur. Well, Venusaur lead wouldn't have been good in the first game. It's just, is he going to mix it up? Maybe we lead Venusaur because Blastoise is a pretty good answer to Goodra, actually. Venusaur... No, we need Weavile still. And maybe Basky Legion alongside Weavile will help me out. No, Basky Legion is back. Ah, man. I'm gonna go with Weavile Gliscor, I think. And then Basky Legion Venusaur. We can try that. I'm not sure how he's gonna adjust. I think he's gonna be a lot more ready for that that Goodra. I think Vivian might not be coming, since Goodra is such a good answer to it. But let's see. Let's see what ends up happening. It is... okay. So, the Salazzle and the Dragonite. I'm faking out the Salazzle. And I think I'm going to Tailwind. Dragonite could actually just go straight for the KO on Weavile, which makes me wish I was Sash on Weavile. But what can you do? Actually, I can fake out the Dragonite, because it's definitely multi-scale, and we'll high horsepower into the Salazzle. Or, actually... yeah. Interesting, okay. So we're gonna see Incin come out, okay. Yeah, fake out. Snub. Okay. Well, we waste the sub at least. Is it leftovers on the Salazzle? Yep. Okay. And we're dealing with double fire types. That kinda sucks. Basket Legion's gonna look good though. Maybe I just bring it in here. Or maybe Weavile just has to go down, actually. We will lash out into the Salazzle slot. And then I will go ahead. I could Tailwind, or I could Horsepower. I could even Protect here. I think Gliscor is living anything, especially because Incineroar's going to fake out Weavile. So we're going to Tailwind. Oh, they go for it right for the Gliscor. Okay. Get the Salazzle down to decently low health. Yeah, Salazzle KOs Weavile. Leftovers comes out, yeah. And then... yeah, I mean, it's Basket Legion, I think. So, this is kind of a weird spot for Basket Legion to be in. I'm thinking I want to Wave Crash into the Incineroar slot and probably Tailwind with Gliscor, yeah. There's no fake outs left to do. I think Incineroar is probably switching out, which really means I could have... What would that mean? Could have just targeted the Salazzle, I guess. This would have the Salazzle, actually. Okay. It's the Dragonite. Okay. Get a Tailwind up and... Wave Crash, right? Should just be, Asho Berry. Okay. I like it. It lives, yeah. I should have targeted the Incineroar with Weavile. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Darkest Lariat. Wow! So we learned Pasha. And we get Venusaur in here. Not the best matchup, I'll be honest. I can Mega though. And I think I'm gonna probably Leech Seed into the Dragonite as I just go for a high horsepower into the Incineroar. I think I have to get really lucky. We haven't even seen the fourth Pokemon on their side, huh? It's funny, I was really thinking about Colbur instead of White Herb on Bastard Legion, but I was not able to do that. So Venusaur will take a Hurricane, not great, but we'll take it. Protect Dragonite. Sure, I guess. And Glycoor does get a KO, so we're not getting 4-0 this match. So Lazel's probably coming into Fake Out. That might mean that I double into the D-Knight slot just to break multi-scale. I don't know. Look, I could double protect myself this turn, honestly. Yeah, there's Salazzle. So I think I'm gonna protect Venusaur, probably? Is that obvious? I think I'm gonna Leech Seed again, actually. And I'm just gonna High Horsepower. I think a Protect on Venusaur is too obvious. And there's the chance the Hurricane misses. Not gonna lie, that's influencing my decision. Okay. Goes for the Protect on Salazzle. No Fake Out? I really would have thought Fake Out, but sure, alright. Okay. I do unfortunately struggle a lot to actually break through Salazzle. I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb, and Salazzle Overheat probably KOs Gliscor. But is there much I can do about that? Do I even want to reveal Protect? I don't think I have on Gliscor yet. We'll protect Gliscor. Okay. This is a weird set of turns. Stub on Salazzle, okay. Salazzle, I have not been keeping track of his moveset as well as I should have been. And there's my side's Tailwind over. That's probably what they were waiting for, actually. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb into the Dragonite, I suppose. I could protect Venusaur. And then dual Wing Beat into the Salazzle? Gliscor might be going down, though. Overheat does it? Maybe? I do live, okay. Does the Dragonite target me as well? That would be a good play. I'm not really expecting it to. Hurricane... It targets me, but it misses. Huge, okay. Does the first one? Yeah, okay. First dual Wing Beat does actually take out the sub, but it does not take out the Salazzle. Michi's doing a number on this Dragonite. It's a tough road to the win here, but it's possible. Does Dragonite protect this turn? It might. It might protect. So I could target the Salazzle with this guy. And then we'll go for a quick little Tailwind, maybe? Yeah, I need to make a play. I am going to say Dragonite might protect this turn. It's very easy to get that wrong, though. Yeah. It is Toxic Salazzle. That kind of seals my fate, unfortunately. And Dragonite did not protect. Yikes. Okay. They just take out Gliscor. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so Dragonite. KO Gliscor. But Venusaur does at least get Salazzle, so we see what they brought. All in all. And we get the Dragonite down to half. That's actually crazy. So I think game 3 might be a Klefki game. Blastoise, did it reveal Protect? I don't think it did. I think I go right for a Sludge Bomb into the Dragonite, hope it misses a Hurricane or something. That's possible. It could protect this turn too, maybe. But I'm expecting the Blastoise, it's probably just gonna... Well, I don't know if Blastoise has room for Fake Out. It's Shell Smash, Dragon Pulse, probably Water Stab. Maybe Water Stab, I don't know. But I think next game is a big Venusaur, Goodra, Klefki game. Yeah, Blastoise Mega Evolves, not surprising. And it does hit the Hurricane, dang. And Blastoise probably just takes me out. Toxic Will if it doesn't. Yeah, okay. Fair. Alright, good game. Good game to Kason for game 2. Okay. Continue battling. This is going to be a good game for Klefki, I think. Alright. So, let's see. The common stuff they always bring. Blastoise, Dragonite, Incineroar. They only just swapped out the Vivillon for the Salazzle, which I think is very fair. I'm going to need Klefki Goodra, I think, for this one. This is very vulnerable to Fake Out. Maybe we could save Klefki Goodra for the back. And start things off with Weavile Venusaur? Klefki Goodra back? Maybe. The Weavile Venusaur lead is kind of bad into Incineroar, though. We can at least Fake Out the Incineroar, though, and get like a Leech Seed going with Venusaur. That's something. We'll try it. See what happens. Game 3, though, yeah. So I'm leading Weavile, Venusaur, with Klefki and Goodra in back. Okay. Okay, yeah, I like this. Yeah, I don't super mind just going for a Fake Out into the Incineroar. Then we'll Mega, of course, and I might Leech Seed into the Blastoise slot, just because I'm not super confident it's going to be staying in. And even if it does, this is good damage that it'll get chipped onto it. Okay, Venusaur lead definitely paid off here. Actually got pretty lucky that it wasn't into Dragonite, but at least Weavile would have been able to threaten Dragonite, right? Yeah, okay, there's the the Blastoise switch out. Into Dragonite, this is nice. Not too bad. We'll get a Leech Seed on that boy. Take out the Incineroar, very good. Okay, and I think I do kind of... I'm forced to Triple Axle to lock down that Dragonite slot. Would be very tempting to, you know, not do that. Have I seen a Dragonite item yet? Not that I remember, shoot. And I think I'll just Sludge Bomb into the Incineroar slot, maybe? Get damage, yeah. I could have read that Protect, yeah. That is true. But this Incineroar is going to take a ton. Yeah, Flare Blitz coming out onto Weavile, not a surprise. But we get a ton of damage with the Sludge Bomb here, I think. Nice. And a Poison. Okay. Cool. Okay, now if Salazzle's in back, which I feel like it is, we're gonna have a hard time getting Klefki into place in time for that Toxic. That's the problem. So what I'm trying to say then, I guess, is that I could go out into Klefki now. Fox. I'll go Beedra. The Poison's lucky Incineroar. I don't have to target it necessarily, which is great. I might actually Life Dew. I could go for my Acid Armor now as well. We know that nothing's threatening me too much. And this is a bold play, but I could also just straight up switch to Klefki right this second. If anything, a Hurricane's coming into this slot, and I can deal with a Hurricane coming into this slot. It's a risk, though. I don't want Salazzle coming in. Dragonite switches out. There's the Salazzle, yeah. Okay, good. Position Klefki in. We just have to worry about the Incineroar. Going for a Parting Shot. Okay. Got it. Salazzle's gonna be hard to, actually break through. Get an Acid Armor up. That's very good. I'm gonna Ice Beam into the D-Knight, probably. And we're gonna go for the tech. We are going to Misty Terrain. Prevents Toxic. We know their 4. Last was, in fact, Salazzle. Dragonite did Protect. Okay. Bet you've never seen someone click the move Misty Terrain before. Let's go. This game's certainly not in the bag still. We'll have to see what happens. But let's actually look at Klefki versus a Min Speed Salazzle. Sorry, not min speed. Min attacked Salazzle. Foul play actually doesn't necessarily do enough. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be body pressing into the Salazzle slot. I could light screen to protect Klefki, but I think I'm just going to Gleam for damage on the Dragonite. Because we have Akaberry, we are taking... Okay, yeah, Salazzle's going for sub. Probably trying to stall this terrain out. Yeah, Dragonite goes for Flamethrower. First time actually calc on a move, but here we go, okay. Klefki gets good damage onto Dragonite, very good. Let's see, if the first Dragonite hit did 63 with my Akaberry. That's like modest Dragonite, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, I think I have to keep attacking the Salazzle. And I'll go for a light screen with Klefki. Okay, cool. Alright, and the Salazzle is going to take out Klefki. Unfortunate. Hopefully we can bust through enough this team by the time the terrain wears off. With light screen, that's helpful. I'm gonna freely Ice Beam into that Dragonite now, and then Venusaur is Salazzle. Sludge Bomb should still be taking out a max HP Salazzle sub, so we're just gonna make sure that we can take it out. We got the two bulky guys. The Salazzle does have Protect, okay. Yeah, sure. Hurricane misses, that's the kind of luck we needed. Alright, so we do get a on Dragonite. Man, do I wish Venusaur had Earth Power right now. If Incineroar comes in, it could fake out something. I think no matter what, I'm going to double into the Salazzle. Just so I can prevent it from getting a sub. Man, I need a move that can actually hit it, you know? I should have gotten another Acid Armor up at some point, I guess. Yeah, Incineroar comes in. It's going to go down to Poison, but it gets a Fake Out here, which is smart. It's very smart. I wonder if I can predict who it's Fake Out. Although, with the terrain still up for another turn, I don't care what Salazzle even does, so we're just going to double target it. One of us is getting faked out, so I'm just, yeah, we have to attack with both to prevent the sub. and then his Blastoise in back. It has Protect shenanigans for sure. Both of these guys do. We actually do not see an Incineroar Fake Out. We see a Party Shot. Preserve Fake Out for another turn. I guess that is valid. And we see the Blastoise come out. It Party Shot on the Goodra, is that right? Ah, the Salazzle just lives. It would have been amazing if it had gone down there. Man, and this disappears, which means that we're back on that whole toxic thing. Goodra special attack way down, Venusaur's attack down. Okay, so we still have a very nice Giga Drain into that Blastoise. We're going to Body Press into that Salazzle and Giga Drain into the Blastoise. Toxic is, it's obviously threatening to these two guys who just want to sit here, but I think we're going to be okay. Salazzle's going down this turn. Incin has one turn left to survive. And Blastoise has to Shell Smash to break through, my guys. Blastoise didn't protect. That's huge. So we're getting the KO on the Salazzle. Dragon Pulse. Oh yeah. Yeah, we still have Light Screen up. Awesome. Alright. Did he forget to Mega? Yeah, I didn't even register it until I hit him, but yeah, no Mega. I mean, I'll take it. But yeah. Wow, I think we took it, yeah. Man, that's Salazzle. Such a problem. But luckily, we had the Mystery Terrain. Oh yeah, I love it when a tech comes together. That was very fun. Yeah, and Incineroar, it's gonna Fake Out, I guess, But yeah, I'm gonna, doesn't matter what I do. I think Venusaur's faster, so like, just with a quick little Life Dew, and then Sludge Bomb. I mean, that was pointless to Life Dew, but it's dying to poison regardless of what happens, so. Yeah, cool. Flare Blitz, sure. Oh, it's gonna make sure it takes itself out. Okay, don't award the KO to Venusaur. Fine. See if I care. I do care. I want Venusaur to have a good record this season. But yeah, good game to Case on. Good games. I keep having like these really, really cool game threes, so glad it came down to that, honestly. And yeah, we're up to 3-0 for the season. I did not expect to do this well, I'll be honest, but I locked in, But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all for week 4.